Hi everyone. I thought I'd do a quick little watercolor tonight of a ink sketch that I did. Actually, I did it a few days ago, and I wanted to add a little color to it. But it's a winter scene, so the sketch is right here. I can pull that up a little bit, and so I just did this little sketch of the barn and some birch trees, and I thought I would dress it up just a little bit, and it's designed to be a quick painting. So yeah, if you just want to hang out and watch that, I hope not to take too long. So I'm gonna wet I think I'm gonna work on the sky first, and I'm gonna wet the area right up in here, and so that it can all blend together. And I want to add a little bit of a pinkish hue, just like the light is sometimes in the winter. So I'll get started. I'm gonna go for a bigger brush, and hopefully that ink won't run much. I don't think it will. It's from a Faber-Castell pen, so it's supposed to be a permanent ink. We'll see how permanent it is though. And I'm mainly going to use a couple of colors. I want a real light blue, so I'm going to use the cerulean blue and then the burnt sienna. And since these are birch trees, I don't want much color on them, so I'm gonna, on the bigger parts at least, I'm just gonna leave the water off so it doesn't all run in there, but I'm not gonna get overly picky. So that's, you can kind of hold it up to the light and see the areas that I missed. And well, that's drying out a little bit on the paper. I'm going to get some of the color ready. I think first of all I'm going to go down in these lower parts, and I'm going to go across with a little bit of that, like I said, a little bit of that pinkish hue. So what I'm going to do is hop over to YouTube and just see how that looks over there. Just make sure things are going okay there. So it's going to be a little bit of an orangey color. I don't want to mix the blue and the yellow because I don't want a green color, so I'm going to try to avoid that. I'm just going to lay in a little bit of that. That pinkish hue there. This is 300-pound Canson watercolor paper, which I really like. So I've got some of that. Tip it up. And then get some blue, some of the cerulean blue. I don't want to go straight across, so I'm just going to let those run a little bit. I think I want a little bit darker. And a few dark streaks through. The brush I'm using right now is it's called a Roundest number 22, so it's decent size. It holds quite a bit of water. And it's called Squirrel brush? Here. So the bristles, I guess, are imitation squirrel. Like that or not. Alright, the mountains, the hills in the background, I don't care if they kind of run in with the sky a little bit. And since this is winter, I want to keep them a real bluish purple color. I really like using ink like this. And if there's anyone putting comments in or chatting, I may miss it because I get concentrating. Alright. I'm resisting going back and touching that sky because it's still a little bit wet, so I'm going to take some of that blue, mix a little red with it, get a nice purpley hue. And I don't care, I just soon leave a little bit of white here and there. I want it to look like the snow has kind of fallen in different places and resting on some of the trees. Yeah. I'm pretty happy with that. I have to resist getting too detailed. I like it's more relaxing for me to just do like a looser style. But I really appreciate other people like, can't think of her name, Anna, who does the almost photorealistic paintings. So I like that. I think I'm gonna move over to like a more of a square brush, and I'm gonna get some of the browns and start working on the bottom part of the barn. the boards I want them to look kind of aged. So I don't know if I'll get this on the first pass or not. I may have to go over that with another layer, another color. And then if I can think about the light source, I want the light coming from the top left and across. So this will be my darker area on the back of the barn here. But anyway, I'll hit it with that same brown color to start. Up under the eaves will be a little darker. Just to talk a little bit about my setup, I tend to like the text stuff, so that doesn't bother me much. So what I'm using is OBS software, and so I'm running my camera and my sound through that. I have an HR Zoom. So I'm running everything through OBS, and I can stream live to Facebook, YouTube. Overhang there, so I can stream to YouTube. Through that software. So it really is it's a nice setup. I want these doors still. Oh, I got some blue on there. Not a very good mix. I want the doors to look pretty dark. Okay. Now I think what I'm going to do is try to get a little bit of a gray for the birch. So I really want that. Notice I kind of talk and stop because I get concentrating. So I'm just gonna come over the side of the birch a little bit with the side of the brush. I'm gonna drag that out so it doesn't leave a. I don't want it too smooth. I want it rough. Okay, I'm happy with that. Now, moving on to the snow. So the snow, I want to pick up a little bit of that pink sky. And this I am going to wet down quite a bit. I'm going to do kind of like mounds. And then pull it out. So it's smooth. So it's just going to... the light's not real good for me. Now snow kind of blows in and fills in the gaps, and you have all these mounds of snow around. We've had it here. We've had a couple of snowstorms. I'm in Maine, central Maine, so we've had snow and below zero this week. So already I'm ready for some warmer. I know it'll be a while, but kind of some longer shadow type things coming off the back of the barn. Sometimes I need to stand up and just take a look at it from a little bit of a distance, get some perspective. Same with those fence posts. I want the shadow to follow those posts there. I think I need to go back and get some of that. Okay, I'm happy with that look so far. I'm gonna try to soften this out a little. Now everything's dry enough. The barn, I probably could add a reddish brown and make it look like it was painted a long time ago. So the roof. You can just keep it simple and do like a grayish color with looks a little greenish on my palette, but I think that'll work for the roof. I don't really need too much. It is winter, and if there's snow sitting on top, then that'll work. Okay, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to add a little bit more to the birch tree. I'm going to put a little bit of brown in here and there. Give it a little bit more life. One thing you want to avoid too is getting too regular with the strokes. Like, since these are organic in nature, it's not real regular. So alright, the last thing I want to do, I have to look at it through the camera and see. I just switch around so you can see me. So like I was saying, the last thing I want to do is, if I pull my paper down here, I want to get some of those long winter shadows on the fence posts and on the trees, and I might even go back and put some shadows in behind the barn a little more. But I don't want to overdo it either. I don't want to overwork my my painting, so I'll go back and I think it's a good time to do that. So I'll mix a little bit more of the cerulean blue and I can't even remember what red that was. The crimson. Get a pretty wet mix of that. Have to think a little bit about how the shadows might be going, but and they're gonna follow the snow, the hills of the snow a little bit. So they're not gonna come off dead straight. They're just gonna kind of follow that a little. And as shadows come away from the object, they tend to get a little softer, so soften that out. Do the same thing with the one back here and really make it look attached. I'm going to soften that out as it comes out. Oh, the other thing I was going to say, with the OBS software, I can also record it at the same time. So if I want to redo the video and cut some pieces out or that sort of thing, I can do that. And we're just going to add a dab of brown on the posts. And I'm going to get a rigger brush. Is it a rigger brush? I'm still learning, so it's actually round. So, but on that grass, and I want to add some brown to that. I should say the burnt sienna. Brown burnt sienna. Like I said, I'm learning, so. To get that grass coming out, I put, when I was inking, I put a piece of paper down and then I just did the lines up, and it gave a, too much. It gave a nice straight line where it comes, where the grass comes out of the snow. Okay, keep saying one last thing, but one last thing. I'm going to put couple of leaves that never blew off. Okay, I am satisfied with that. My initials. And call it good. Later on I'll sign the back and date it so I know, so I can keep track of my learning progress. So I'd like to thank you for watching this with me and doing this with me. If you'd like to subscribe, feel free. And I hope to be doing more videos in the future. So take care. Have a good night. Stay warm.